When it comes to F1, sprint races are a little bit like Marmite. People either love them or they hate them. Sprint races are a short format Grand Prix held over 100 kilometres. In 2022, the point system was modified so the winner gains 8 points, down to 1 point for 8th place. Because of cost cap rules, each team is allowed to spend an extra $150,000 for each sprint race organised. If a driver doesn't finish the race, they're allowed to spend another $100,000. Though a front wing is estimated to cost $100,000, so the damage cost may well outweigh the additional allowance. Starting in July 2021 at Silverstone, people were unsure about what was about to happen and if it would be good. The first race saw Max and Lewis battle hard during lap 1 and Alonso take a risk. He was the only driver to run soft tyres and he did make 6 places up on lap 1, though he dropped back another 2 places. The sprint format was repeated in Monza, with Lewis Hamilton dropping to 5th and Bottas winning, though he had to drop to the back of the grid due to engine penalties. Probably the most memorable sprint race was in Brazil of 2021, when Lewis Hamilton made up 15 positions to finish 5th after being demoted to the back of the grid, being disqualified from the Friday qualifying session. But now, looking to 2023, Formula One sees sprint races as a success.
A great success!
Initially, the idea was to have a top 10 reverse grid for the sprint race, but this idea was dropped due to it being labelled as gimmicky. Honestly, I don't agree it is. Such systems are used in British touring car to great effect. I wouldn't be against seeing how this works in practice, at least once. There have been suggestions too that there should be an entirely different championship for the sprint races, so they're scored completely separately from the main championship. Others have also touted the idea of having reserve or young drivers take part in sprint races, the format of which I'm unsure of, but it could be a good idea if it were indeed a totally separate series. My personal opinion is that sprint races in F1 come off as a bit flat and generally somewhat uneventful after the first lap shenanigans, with Max Verstappen recently quoted as saying they're not really a race and not enough points are on offer to really risk much. That being said, a sprint race victory here or there would have made all the difference in the 2021 title fight. I'd like to see F1 offer more points or change up the format. Many think this is F1's attempt at something like 2020 in cricket. If it is, they should probably make it worth the risk. Let me know what you think in the comments.